and welcome to Renfrewshire Libraries in conversation with Football Heroes author Matt Oldfield. Hi Matt. Let's kick off with David Beckham. Okay Matt, so what we're going to start with here on David Beckham, he's actually a boy from London, but he was Manchester United daft. And by the age of 9, he was actually scouted for Manchester United. And there's a great story in the book where you highlight that he plucked up the courage on first meeting Alex Ferguson. He plucked up the courage and handed him a Man United branded pen. Alex Ferguson was so taken with the gift that he said, "Son, I'll remind that pen to sign you for Manchester United with." And then we begin the journey at Manchester United in the class of '92 and all that.
I love that story. And I think one of the things that it really highlights is kind of his, I guess, confidence, but also determination from that young age, because he was, making that journey at the age of 9, from London and going all the way up to Manchester was a massive thing. And then joining that class of '92, which is the amazing team with Ryan Giggs, the Nevilles, Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt. But the interesting thing is that all of the rest of them pretty much were from Manchester, and so he was this one kind of posh boy from London kind of thing, but he sort of fitted in perfectly, and he just had this incredible desire to become a top player. And I think that's one of the things that I always think about, because I never think of Beckham as this kind of phenomenally talented, naturally gifted footballer. I think obviously everyone talks about the free kicks and the long range shots. I mean, the halfway line strike he scored against Wimbledon, right? But so much of all of that is about hard work in the training pitch. You hear stories of Beckham spending hours after the normal training sessions, on his own on the practice field, just practicing those free kicks and those shots. And that's what made, and the crosses as well. Those are the things that made him such an amazing player, rather than this kind of, I don't know, you think about Giggs' skills and Paul Scholes' passing. Those are kind of, I feel like those are more like natural football talents, whereas Beckham was really, really worked hard on his game, and it paid off.
Yeah, it certainly did, because this class of '92 went on to great success at Manchester United, and Beckham was very much part of that. As you say, the halfway line goal against Wimbledon. But it all started with a certain comment from a Scottish commentator, didn't it?
Yeah, so there's the famous Alan Hansen quote, which I presume was on Match of the Day. I'm not really sure when, but it was basically that Alex Ferguson had clearly seen this new generation of talent coming through at the United Academy, and rather than sort of picking a player or two here and there to put in amongst the really experienced players, he just decided, you know what, these guys are ready, I'm going to throw them all in and create this new team. And a lot of people, including Alan Hansen, weren't so sure that this was going to go well. So yeah, the famous quote, you're not going to win anything with kids. But very quickly, Sir Alex managed to prove that wrong. They went on to win many league titles and Champions League and everything.
Yeah, that famous treble in 1999. Now, you mentioned posh earlier, so I couldn't help but point to the story where a very nervy Beckham on the Chelsea's player lounge meets his favourite Spice Girl, and the rest is history.
I love all of it, because I think these kind of stories pop up quite a lot in the books, in the sense that, like, you think of these footballers, they're so confident on the pitch, but a lot of the time off the pitch, they're incredibly nervous, and they're talking to people sometimes might not be the most natural thing for them. And so there's a lovely story of him being really nervous about going on dates, the early days of him Posh and Bex, which is great.
Great, thanks so much, Matt. The final whistle has blown, so thanks again to Matt for sharing an insight into the research, writing and story of David Beckham.